Hello, so I am back finally to do my album reaction for 5 Star. I have been dying to listen to this album all morning, but I only have one SD card unfortunately, and also unfortunately my lovely computer decided to import my footage for my reaction video agonizingly slowly, so it took forever to be able to get any of that done, but we're here now and that's all that matters. I cannot wait to hear all of these songs. I literally took notes on their intro video where they were talking about all of the songs because I want to be able to have those with me as I listen to the album for the first time. I know probably all of you have listened to the album at this point, so let me know what your favorite song is or what your favorite songs are, and let's get into this album finally. Okay, so the first song, of course, is Hall of Fame. I'm nervous. I think Chen said this song sounds like it belongs in like a superhero movie. Okay, Susan. Oh, right, Jisung. Who is that? Was it Hyunjin or Felix? I don't know. Okay, that's Felix for sure. Hello? What is this song as well? Hello? I thought Mino just said bitch. Oh my god, Felix is like growling. Okay, these guitars, I think. Please. Did you say breaking the industry, breaking reality? Or changing the industry? Ooh, alright. Song number 2 is S-Class, or Tuk, which I've already heard, obviously, but I'm still, like, speechless whenever I hear this song. Anyway. God, that's just so misleading, the whistling in the beginning and then it's just like Changbin like punching you right in the face with his rap. The way I don't know these words at all yet, and I've listened to this like 12 times. Ugh. That like bass hit at the same time as them doing this is just so satisfying. I like that they kind of cut that first half of the chorus out here for the dance break to just like change it up, and so every chorus is different. I really like that. Okay, the next song is Item. Okay, it's like a video game. Okay. Mino? Oh my god, I love this one right away. I don't need to listen to the rest of it. I love this song already. Chen. Okay, it's like building. Where is this going? Felix? Or Hyunjin? This is so fun. Oh my god. These layered vocals. Who is that? Was that Hyunjin with like an effect on his voice? Oh my god! I feel divine. God bless, I'm the one and only. Oh my god! Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on. I have notes. What did they say about this song? They said this one is like Domino level 2. It's an energizing song. The melody sounds like a game theme song. Yes, yes, exactly. Oh, Felix said it reminds me of Super Mario, and the tone is funnily annoying. They were using that a lot in that intro video. The next song, though, is Super Bowl, which is the original God's Menu that they were gonna release as the title track, I think, for Go Live era. And then what we now have as God's Menu is what they ended up releasing. But then they also translated the song into all English, I think. I don't know why. I'm so nervous. Like, if this was what they were originally going to release as their title track in 2020, and this was the original God's Menu, I feel like this song is gonna go so freaking hard. Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay. Keep your dirty hands off me? Okay. Yes! Okay, why does that part kind of sound like it could be in an NCT song? Anyway, let's get to the chorus, I think. Huh? Please, please, please. Oh my god, I am having a little bit of a hard time understanding what all of the lyrics are, so I definitely need to look up the words. Oh my god. Simon! Hello? Oh my god! The clouds are like crowns behind us? This whispering, I'm gonna die. Open wide, have a bite. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy crap. Holy crap, that song. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have anything I want to say about this song from what they said? Lyrics will surprise us. For sure. Definitely just did. Felix said he uses words, or they use words that others don't, but they have strong sounds, like the word bellowing. Oh god, the next song is Top Line. I am honestly the most excited to hear this one. This one and Beautiful. Is there anything else I was really excited to hear? Hold on. Oh, and F&F. I love that song. Just from the Unveil track. Love that one. So yeah, Top Line. Is this their first ever time having a feature? That's so exciting. Oh my god. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm scared. Okay, here we go. Top Line featuring Tiger JK. This has also been stuck in my head. That little bit from the Unveil track. Oh, wrong part. Awesome. Okay, Hyunjin. What is that, like, higher pitched noise? Is it a... Let him say fuck. Let him say fuck. There we go. Intoxicated razzle dazzle. I cannot wait to see the lyrics for this one as well. I know they're gonna be really hard hitting. Yeah, what is that little high-pitched noise in the back? It's interesting for sure, and it adds like a playful element, I guess. Please let him say fuck. JYP, please let him say it. Yes. Wow. Wow. Alrighty. The next song is DLC, or Dance Like Crazy. This one, I think they said that it's a song for or about when you're having like a hard time, you're at like a low point and you're struggling a little bit and you just want to like do whatever makes you feel best to make you feel better. And the song is kind of like sad sounding. What did they say? Let me refer to my notes. This is so sad. Like, you'd think I'd be able to remember this stuff. The song is special to Hyunjin because of dance and doing things that he likes to relieve stress. And the song and the reason he started dancing go well together. Mino says it's not super bright and the beat has a dark vibe. There's a sad feel to it in the instrumental and lyrics. Here we go. Okay, Jungmin, right away, vocals. Nobody cares about me, but it's okay. 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 Okay, yeah, I definitely hear, like, it's kind of bright, but also kind of sad. Why am I having such a hard time picking out their voices? Oh, Jongin. Oh my god, wait. That kind of sounds like Never Gonna Give You Up. Oh my god, okay. I think this one would be fun live in a concert. Okay. And the next one is Get Lit. Felix? Are these guitars? I think I love this one already. It's been 20 seconds. Okay. We're not gonna die young. Oh. This part sounds familiar. Ooh. Oh, ooh, Lena, those vocals. I hope the battery lasts until the end of this song. We're almost there. Let's go. Okay. Cute! Okay, my camera battery is dying. Let me switch out the battery, and then the next song will be Collision. Oh my god! We're already 2/3 of the way through the album. Holy crap. Anyway, the next song is Collision, which they said is a powerful, sweet song comparing love to the collision of planets. And they also said it's a petty love song, I guess. So, I'm intrigued. Hopefully there's no ads. I'll cry. Okay. Okay. Horns. Are they all singing on this song? Sorry, babe? Huh? Okay, these, like, horns are cool. Huh? I'm going insane. Going insane. This is too much for me. Oh my god. Ah! Sorry, I'm screaming so much. Alright, Lino. I think. I hope. Oh, there's the phone that they were talking about. That song has me a little bit delusional. So that's cool. Oh, it's FNF next. Oh my gosh. Oh, these vocals. Oh, but it's fun. Okay, Hold on. Something about the way Jungin and Seungmin just sung that part. Sung that part? Am I okay? Listen, I did not sleep last night. I was debating staying up to watch the music video at midnight when it came out, just like I did with Case 143. But then I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I feel like not getting sleep that time like negatively impacted my first opinions and first time listening to Maxident. So I don't want to do that again. I'll just, you know, get enough sleep and I'll be well rested and it'll be great. I didn't sleep last night. I only slept for like 3.5 hours. But I don't think the lack of sleep, is ruining my first experience listening to the album. It's just ruining my ability to speak. So there's that. Anyway, something about the way Jungin and Seungmin sang in that part. Would it be the melody? I have no idea. But the way they sang sounds really familiar and it reminds me of another Stray Kids song, but I don't know what it is. Anyway. Like, this song is also kind of sad, but it's fun at the same time. No! This part. Like, the song is sad too, but it's also fun and bright. Oh my god, I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, these guitars slay. That's also familiar. Like, I kind of want to like cry a little bit because it's sad in the lyrics. Because it's about the wildfires in Australia. But it's fun. I'm gonna cry. Okay, the next song is Beautiful, which honestly, the Unveiled track video for this song made me want to cry seeing the lyrics. It's a song that they wrote because they want to give back the love that they get from us to us. And I just don't know if I'm ready. And one of them, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Jungin, said it sounds like a Disney song, so. Oh, I don't want to hit play because I'm like, what if I cry? What if I cry right now? Okay, let's do it. Oh, it's so pretty. It's really pretty. Looking at yourself, a lot goes in your mind. I don't know if I'm ready to show myself. You worry day and night. Look at the stars fall. They leave the sky goodbye. Must be an oracle, like a waterfall. They shower you with love. Is this all in English too? You're perfect in my eyes. I know they feel it too. I'm in inside the dark. I've never been so empty. Oh no. Rick. Know that all the stars are by your side. You know, whenever there's a chance, I'll tell you that you're amazing as you are. Because when you give me a glance, I'm sure that I see the universe in your eyes. No, there's just tears, Seungmin, sorry. No! Stop! I've heard enough. listen. I love this song. I love the meaning behind it, love the lyrics. But I am not going to be able to listen to this very often, ever, I don't think. Hits a little too close to home right now. Yep, that's it. They got me crying on the internet. I don't like them anymore, actually. I'm done. I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna fight them so bad. Wow. Oh my god. Ew. Okay, cool. Thanks, Stray Kids. Thanks for that. I love you, but I'm not gonna listen to that song very often because... Okay. Ew. I'm saying ew at myself, not at them, not at the song. It's obviously very sweet. Okay, moving on, the next song is The Sound, the Korean version, and it blew my mind, honestly, to hear them say that they wrote this song 4 years ago. They've been sitting on this song for so long! What the heck? Oh my god, how many more songs do they have from years ago that they're just waiting for the perfect moment to release? Like, I know The Sound was released last year. Was it last year or earlier this year? I genuinely could not tell you. The fact that they've been sitting on this song for 4 years is crazy. Okay, anyway, I'm intrigued to see how the Korean version sounds. I really like the original, or is this the original? Did they write it in Korean first? I can't remember. This is not important. I'm just excited to hear how it sounds. Also, a little bit of emotional whiplash going from beautiful to The Sound, but that's okay. I love this song so much. I'm so used to the Japanese version that I'm like, I want to sing those words, but obviously. Oh, so good. Wait. This, okay, in the intro video, they were saying they're using an expression of music arena, which is derived from the fighting arena, and a few other words. Is that what they're saying in place of this is the sound? Anyway. Okay. Okay, there was debate over this part originally and who this was, but this sounds way more like it's Felix, overwhelmingly. I love this part so much. Ooh, that echo. I want to sing along so badly, but it's gonna be the Japanese lyrics. They love a a police siren, they love a gunshot. Maybe I'm just not remembering it, but I feel like there has been a lack of police sirens and gunshots in these songs. I'll have to listen to that on my next time around for the album. And then the last song, oh my god, how are we already at the end? I feel like this has gone by so fast. Even though the whole album lasts 36.5 minutes. The last song is Mixtape Time Out. I love this freaking song. Obviously I've already heard it because they released it last year in August. I love this freaking song so much. I love this song so much. I want to hear this one live and cry. I feel like I should know more of the words by now, but oh well. I love this music video as well. Oh my god, is it bothering all of you as much as it's kind of bothering me that my bangs are just in my eyes the whole time? It's Be Real time. Ew, I do not like how I look. Oh, it's almost over. Oh my god, the album's almost over. And with that, 5-star is over. Again, it went by so fast, even though it's like 40 minutes worth of songs. Out of all of the songs on the album, I obviously like S-Class and The Sound and Mixtape Time Out because I've already heard all of those. But out of the ones that were all new, the ones that I've liked on Spotify so far, from a just very first listen, are Item, Super Bowl, Top Line, Collision, F&F, and Beautiful. The other ones, I might need a few more listens to like them on Spotify at least. But I think for sure overall I'm still gonna need like more listens of the album, so I'm gonna do at least one of those, and I'm gonna do it in headphones. Off camera, no one wants to see that. This has been long enough. And then I'll come back with my thoughts. Alrighty, so I am back. It's actually been a week since this album came out. I did try to film this portion of the video twice, once on album release day and then once a few days ago, but I honestly just hated so much how both of them turned out. So here I am to attempt it for the third time, and hopefully this time is actually the charm and I can get it done, because I wanted to post this video today, the day that I'm filming, which is Friday, June 9th. So I'm gonna run through my thoughts on the album overall, my thoughts on each individual song, and then my original ranking versus my current ranking now that I've had more time with the album. So to start with my overall thoughts, I would say that I really like this album a lot, and honestly I cannot stop listening to it, and I've been listening to it so intensely this past week. I think part of that is probably because I wanted to make sure that I had as many of my thoughts as possible for this video, and just part of that is also because it's so new and it's exciting. But honestly, I just like can't stop reaching for it. Like I've kind of abandoned everything that I was listening to before this album came out just because I want to listen to these songs, and I've mostly been listening to it from top to bottom, but I have been trying to shuffle the songs as well and kind of mix in some of the stuff that I was listening to beforehand. But honestly, I just want to listen to this album and this album alone, so I really am enjoying it. But honestly, are we surprised? I don't think we should be. And then something that I was thinking about over this past week is if I were to rank all of their full albums that we've got, where would I put 5-star, even just from this first week of having the album? And I would say that Noisy's probably at the top, 5-star's in the middle, and then Go Live / In Life is at the bottom. And this ranking is mainly based on like how many of the songs I'm reaching for, how often I'm reaching for the songs, how often I am listening to the album in full, and that sort of thing. So I think it kind of says a lot that 5-star is in the middle there, because it's only been a week since it came out and it's already overtaken Go Live and In Life. So that's pretty impressive. And then now to get into my thoughts on each individual song. So obviously the first song is Hall of Fame, and this is one that I was not too sure about at first, and you know, in my first few listens, but I think I'm starting to come around on it, and there's a lot more about the song that I like now than when I first heard it on Friday last week. I do think that it is a good opening song, and it definitely gives a good taste of what the album is like for sure, especially with the superhero vibes that Chad mentioned in that intro video. I think some of those superhero sounds or vibes kind of bleed a little bit into S-Class, but I'll get into that. I have not yet looked at a translation for the lyrics for any of the songs that are in mainly Korean, but I do like the meaning behind this song, and you know what they were saying about it in the intro video, where it's like they're wanting to be in the Hall of Fame one day, not that they're in it right now, but you know, they're trying to inspire others and still be inspired by other artists as they are making their music and putting things out and working on projects, and they want to, you know, leave their mark and hope that they don't have any regrets about any of the music that they've made and the projects that they've released and that sort of thing. So I really like the meaning, and I think I'll like it more when I get around to looking at the lyrics, which I need to hurry up on, but that's okay. And then as for parts of the song that I do really like, the first is the like horns, maybe? I don't know exactly what they are, but it happens before and after Chan says, "Hear the people call my name," and it happens like a few different times in the song, either before or at the end of the chorus. I don't know. I wish I had the proper vocabulary to talk about this, but we know I don't, so there's that. And then there is an effect or something on Junghyun's voice in the second verse that I really liked, and then just all the space references in the lyrics and the sampling of the one small step for man, one big step for mankind, or whatever it is. I thought that was pretty cool, especially with the whole album theme and like the schedule thing for all of the teasers being space themed. I thought that was really cool. And then S-Class is obviously one that I heard before I listened to the full album, so if you want to see my like true initial first thoughts, definitely go check out my music video reaction if you haven't seen that. But to talk about the song a little bit more, I would say I'm still kind of overwhelmed by it, but it also just feels very Stray Kids, like I was saying in my reaction video. And to go back to the action movie, like superhero vibes that Hall of Fame kind of has, I think it bled into S-Class a little bit as well, particularly the opening part of the song with Changbin's rap, and then the bridge rap section has a very action movie feel to it, and obviously the music video has a very action movie feel to it, so I liked that. And then something that took me a little while to notice, and honestly I didn't think about it until I saw someone else say it on Twitter, is that the lyric, or one of them in the pre-chorus, is the "Up above the world so high" lyric is from Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which is really cool, and it definitely fits that space theme as well. And I think even the way that they're singing it is pretty similar to the nursery rhyme, so I like that little element to the song as well. And then I said this in my reaction video as well, but I still really like that every chorus is different, and the way that they go into each chorus is different, and the chorus is just constantly stuck in my head. It's so catchy, and I just love this song so much, and I love this music video as well, and I am desperately in need of like an hour-long deep dive of everything that's going on because there's so much. So, and then the next song is Item, and this one I loved it within like 15 seconds, maybe even less, and I would say still love this song so much, and I'm definitely going to be reaching for it a lot. And I think in the intro video they were saying that this song is like a Domino part 2, and I would agree. I think it is a very hard-hitting, kind of has like a menacing feel to it in the same way that Domino kind of does, which I really like. Domino is honestly one of my favorite songs, both the Korean version and the English version. Love that song so much, listen to it all the time, reach for it all the time, and I feel like Item will definitely be the same. And then something that they said about the song in the intro video is that you can hear the lyrics well, and I don't know if this is exactly what they meant by that, but I feel like both in my computer speakers and in headphones, you can hear their voices like above the instrumentals really well, and they just like stick out, especially the part in the beginning. It's Mino's part, and there's like an echo. You can really hear that, which I really enjoyed, and I am excited to see a translation of these lyrics as well. Like I said, haven't looked yet. And then as for parts of the song that I really enjoy, honestly, I feel like with this song, there's nothing that I don't like about it. Honestly, I just love this song so much, and I have definitely been reaching for it a ton. But let's see, I love the pre-chorus and the celebrate we gonna elevate part. I still am not entirely sure who that is, because I think there's like some sort of effect on their voice to change how it sounds. I want to say it's Felix, but I don't actually know, so that's cool. And then Jisung's lyric in the bridge, I think he says like God bless, I'm the one and only. That, I don't know why, it just makes me laugh every single time. And then there's a part at the end on Lino's part in the chorus, and it's where they're saying like ne mai, and it's like glitching almost, and he repeats that part a few times before it gets into the rest of the chorus. I love that little thing. And then honestly, Felix doing the chorus is just insane. Like, I feel like it was kind of made for his voice. Like, just the, oh my god, I don't know how to describe it. I just love him in particular doing the chorus. So it's just so powerful, you know? Like, just his deep voice is just so menacing, and it adds to that menacing feel of the song, I think. Overall, I just love the video game vibes, and it's like a very playful element to the song, almost like the sound that was kind of mimicking dominoes falling down in the back of Domino, so I really liked that as well. And then for Super Bowl, this is another one that I absolutely love and have been reaching for quite a bit. So my notes actually started with all the parts that I liked about it first instead of my overall thoughts, so I guess we'll just do that order. So my first favorite thing about the song is Chan's deep voice in the beginning. It's very attractive, and I very much enjoy it, and it reminds me of 3RACHA a little bit. And honestly, I feel like this song is like the OT8 version of 3RACHA, maybe, I don't know. And then another thing that I really enjoyed is when Chan says we don't play by the rules. When he says rules, there's like an effect on his voice, and it just like goes up and kind of like changes the way he sounds there, which is very fitting and like emphasizes that lyric right there. And then the whispers in the chorus were killing me in the absolute best way. I think it's so fun when artists will do like whispering portions, and I like that they would switch back and forth between doing the whispers and doing like a group chant for that particular lyric. I also have written they were so mad when they made this song, because oh my god, these lyrics, Felix said that the lyrics were going to surprise us, and they absolutely did. I think my favorite lyric, honestly, is in the beginning. Changbin says that he says, bass be kicking harder, got your head off kilter. Something about that line is just so pleasing to me. I just love it so much. When I saw that that's what he was saying, I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me right now? Like, and then there is one lyric in the chorus that when I first heard it, I was like, what did Jisung just say to me? And I still to this day, even though I have now actually seen what he's saying, I think it says, ah, this shit's so bussin'. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying like, our dish here's so bussin', and like I kind of hear it when I listen to the song, but in my mind and in my heart it's, ah, this shit's so bussin'. So that also makes me laugh. And then I guess for my overall thoughts on the song, as they said in the intro video, this song was the original God's Menu, and I was thinking about it, and obviously we don't know like what the song sounded like in its original form when they were trying to think of songs to release as the title track for God's Menu era. You know, like this instrumental could have been so different. Obviously the lyrics were different. It's probably mainly in Korean because it was going to be a title track. But I feel like this song, instrumental wise at least, fits really well on this album rather than it might have on Go Live / In Life. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just like momentarily forgetting what the songs on Go Live / In Life sound like, but I feel like this, what we have at least for this song, just fits better with these songs and the vibe of this album rather than Go Live / In Life. But then again, I don't know, because what did it sound like in 2019 or 2020 when they were trying to pick a title track? It could have sounded completely different. So I don't know how like valid of a comment that is, but it was just something that I was thinking about as I was listening to the song and thinking about the album and the fact that this was the original God's Menu. And it honestly might have just been, you know, how things played out and how the songs ended up being released, but I think it's really cool that we have the iconic line of cooking like a chef on the 5-star Michelin from what they gave us as God's Menu, and now the album is called 5-star, and there are a lot of references to Michelin in this song, in the lyrics and everything. And to me, I feel like God's Menu era is when things like changed majorly for Stray Kids. I feel like everything started really picking up for them, and you know, they've had a lot of growth since then, majorly, so this is like a nice callback to that era, especially with all of that growth. Oh, I put 2 other notes about specific things that I like about the song after that. So the bridge, oh my god, amazing, but particularly Jisung and Chen in the bridge is my favorite part. It's just everything to me. And then this is another song where I wrote that there's nothing that I don't like about this song, to be honest. And then the next song obviously is Top Line with Tiger JK, and my original thoughts about this song, all that I had was, in all caps, slay, and then let Chan say fuck. I think that speaks for itself. But then as I listened to the song more, I would say this one I think was the one that I was most excited to hear based on the Unveil tracks and the mashup that they gave us. But now that I've had the chance to listen to the album and, you know, really have time with it, it's not my favorite song like I thought it was going to be just from the teaser. I still really like the song, but it's just not my favorite. So that was an interesting little twist. But there are a lot of parts of the song that I really enjoy, and the first one I would say is the like group vocal / chant aspect of the chorus and the layered vocals that are all throughout the song. And then Felix in the bridge / outro of the song. I really love his voice. It's just so beautiful. I love his voice so much. Oh my god. I feel like there are a lot of moments and a lot of songs where I'm just like particularly calling out Felix's parts and really impressed and amazed with Felix's voice. And I think there's maybe more of that for this song. Yeah, literally the next bit in my notes is the boom diggy diggy boom 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 part in Felix's voice is so addicting and so perfect. Like, I don't know what it is. I just love his voice, I guess. I don't know. Should I add him to my bias line and have 4 biases in Stray Kids? I don't know. And then the little like, I don't know if it's a record scratch really, but whatever the noise is when Chan is saying fuck, I liked that, and I also like that that's how the song kind of ends as well. And then, like I said, I have not looked up the translation for the lyrics of these songs yet, but I just know this one goes so hard, especially from the English lyrics that I was able to hear, and you know, seeing them on Spotify is where I've seen any of the lyrics for the songs. And we might be getting a full music video for this one, because in one of the interviews that they just released, Jisung said it's his favorite music video, so that is very exciting, and I will maybe do a reaction for it. Maybe. If you want me to do it, let me know. And then the next song is DLC, and this one is not my favorite. Please do not kill me. I know a lot of people really like this song, but it's just not like my favorite. It's not really my vibe, but I have had portions of it stuck in my head every once in a while, like the "we're only going to dance like crazy" part, and then the "la la la" part has definitely been in my head every once in a while this past week when I'm not listening to the songs. But overall, yeah, it's just not really my vibe. At least right now, it's gonna be more of a casual listen for me, but honestly that could change with the more time that I have with the album. But for right now, even from just these first listens in this first week, it's not my favorite vibe. But I'm interested to see if that changes and if I will listen to it more. And then the next song is Get Lit, and this is one where I said I loved it within like 20 seconds or something like that, but then the more that I listened to it that day, I actually wasn't sure about it anymore. I was like, do I actually really love this? I don't know. But it is definitely a fun, like, party vibe type song that I really like. And then yet again, here we go, calling out one of Felix's parts. The hey 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 in the beginning is very pleasing to me. I just love how it sounds. It's beautiful. I love it so much. I think maybe I will be adding Felix to Bias Line after this. I don't know. What else? Oh, I don't know what it is that the song starts with, and it's in the chorus as well, and like in the background of different parts of the song. Is it guitars? Is it like synth? I have no idea, but it sounds familiar a little bit, but I definitely cannot place what it's reminding me of. And I do like how that sounds, and that definitely like draws me into the song, and like I have that stuck in my head too. And then I don't know who it is that starts out the second verse. I want to say it's Hyunjin, but I'm really not sure. Whoever it is, they're kind of like lazily singing, like mumbling maybe, and that part is just very attractive to me as well. I don't know, I really like it. And then Lino's high note when he says we're not gonna die young is so good. He absolutely killed that. And then Jisung's ad-libs, or just sounds at the end, are so fun and so cute, and I just love those as well. And then the next song is Collision, and this one I wrote that I really like the horns, and that feels like new and fresh, kind of. I feel like they haven't used horns like that in a lot of their songs. I feel like they've had them in maybe one or two other songs, but it hasn't been like a really prominent part of the instrumental, I don't think. Again, haven't looked up the lyrics, and I'm honestly a little bit nervous too, because I feel like this song has me a little bit delusional, especially Chan's part in the second verse. He can absolutely square up for that. Like, I'm going insane, okay? My camera's dying, so hold on. Okay, hopefully that looks relatively similar to how it was. I honestly have no idea, and I just need to get this done, so anyway, where was I? Yes, Chan's part. Okay, and then after Chan's part, making me go insane, one of my other favorite parts are Lino and Felix's layered vocals in the second pre-chorus. It just scratched an itch in my brain, and honestly, even with just this first half of the album, I feel like I've been calling out so many of Felix in particular's parts, and also a lot of Lino's parts as well, so they are definitely, you know, the standout members in this album to me, I guess. It seems like from my notes. And then at the end of the song where it's the phone ringing, and then I think it's the sound of the phone being hung up at the very end. I really liked that. And I'm excited to see a translation of the lyrics and see how petty of a love song this is, because that's something that they were talking about in the intro video, that it's a petty love song. And then F&F is one of the other songs that I was really excited to hear, and I would say that this one has a similar bright but kind of sad at the same time feeling like DLC had, and I would say that this one has a little bit more of like a nostalgic feel to it, which makes sense because it was inspired by / about the wildfires destroying the beautiful nature in Australia, and it also has that double meaning of like missing someone and wanting to, you know, catch back up with them later at some point. So that definitely makes sense. And yeah, it just honestly makes me want to like dance but also cry at the same time, especially with some of the lyrics. And I was saying this as I was listening to the song, but Jungin and Seungmin's parts in the pre-chorus and then also in the bridge are reminding me of another Stray Kids song, but I have been having the hardest time trying to figure out what song or songs it is. Like, for the pre-chorus, I'm still at a loss trying to figure out what other Stray Kids song it sounds like, but I think maybe the part in the bridge is reminding me of Haven, where they say you want to stay with me. That kind of reminds me of the bridge, but I have no idea. I don't know if other people feel this way about this part of FNF, but if you do and you know what song it sounds like and it's similar to, oh my god, please comment. It's been driving me up the wall this entire week. Yet again, I have a comment about Felix's part. I guess this is something that I originally wrote when I was trying to film this the first time, but I just have Felix in all caps with a bunch of exclamation points after it, and I don't really know what I was referencing, but it's probably the second verse with his voice and the lyrics in that part as well. I know Hyunjin is doing part of it too, but something about Felix, I don't know. I don't know. I really think Felix is gonna get added to Bias Line this era. I don't know what's happening. Oh my god. And then, yeah, it just gives me just like super intense chills every single time that I hear it. And here we are with another call out for Lino. He owns the I'm catching up part. It just sounds so perfect in his voice. I don't know, like other members do it, but to me it just sounds right when he does it. And then the next song is Beautiful, and I feel like my thoughts on this song really haven't changed since first hearing it. Again, love the song, love the sentiment behind it, love the meaning, love the lyrics, but I can't listen to this very often because I will cry. Watching back me listening to this song for the first time, I was tearing up hearing the song again. Again, I love it, but it's just like too much. However, if I don't pay attention to the lyrics at all, it's a very pretty song and I can listen to it no problem. I don't cry or whatever. We're very spoiled to have them love us so much and to write this song for us, but I honestly can't listen to this song very often, so I love it, but get away from me. No. It's a skip only in that sense because I don't want to cry, if that makes sense. And then the next song is the Korean version of The Sound. Obviously, I love this one, and I've technically heard this one many times already because of the Japanese version that got released earlier this year in February, and I love that version. I love this version as well, and it's just going to take some time to get used to the lyrics. That's the newest part of the song, obviously, because it's different language. And then the last song obviously is Mixtape Time Out, which I have heard many times since they released it in August. I don't think they changed anything about how it sounds from when we got it last year, and you know, obviously I did a reaction video for that as well, so if you want to see like my very first thoughts about that song, you can go watch that as well. But I just love this song. It's a classic to me. It still reminds me of Hannah Montana's Rockstar, which makes me smile every single time, and it's just very summery, and I just love this song so much. But I also think that it fits really well on this album in terms of sound. As I was saying, when I was listening to the album the first time, I was waiting and wondering, when are we getting this song on an album, because I know they typically put their mixtape songs on albums, and it wasn't on Accident, so I was like, okay, when is it coming? And now we have it, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, I just think it fits well, especially with FNF and Collision, kind of like instrumental wise, I guess. I don't know. But yes, those are all of my thoughts on each of the songs just from my first week of listens. So now I will get into my rankings. So on Friday, last week, release day, my original rank after listening to the entire album 2 times was Super Bowl, Item, Top Line, S-Class, Time Out, The Sound, Collision, FNF, Beautiful, Get Lit, Hall of Fame, and Dance Like Crazy, or DLC. And then now, Item and Super Bowl are fighting for first place, so I've just put them both there because I feel like it kind of switches which one I like more in the moment, and it's just very convenient for me, at least, that they are back to back on the album, so because I'm always reaching for them, honestly. So yeah, they're kind of tied in first place. So it's Item and Super Bowl at the top, then S-Class, then Top Line, then FNF, Time Out, Get Lit, The Sound, Collision, Beautiful, Hall of Fame, and DLC. So I think the song or songs that moved around the most are FNF and Get Lit. But yeah, that is my current ranking after a week of very intensely listening to this album, and I'd actually be really intrigued to see what all of your rankings are. Like, where would you put each song? I don't know, I just want to see how other people feel, what other people's favorite songs are, and what their favorite vibes are on the album. So yeah, but those are all of my thoughts on Stray Kids' 5-star album. Again, I just love this album so much, and I am so happy I finally got my physical copy. So by the time you're watching this, my unboxing is up, and I'm honestly really tempted to go to Target and pick up a standard version, because some of these photo cards that I'm seeing, I'm like, I need those. I want those so badly. But yeah, that is neither here nor there. So yes, again, I really like this album, and I can see it now that this is probably going to be one of my top albums for the year, and a lot of these songs are going to be probably very high up in my Spotify Wrapped playlist at the end of the year. So yeah, I really like it, and I just want to go listen to it some more. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will see you in my next video.